Welcome to Rosie the Pivoter podcast, a Millspo Social magazine production, hosted by Editor-in-Chief Kara Sanchez. A bite-sized series spotlighting the bold pivots of female military-affiliated entrepreneurs navigating the unexpected turns of military life. Each episode highlights pivots born from the most unexpected skills and experiences, showing how those strengths are transformed into thriving businesses and brands. Designed to inspire women who feel the pull for something more, but are still building the courage to leap. Let's get ready to pivot. All right, everyone, welcome back to Rosie the Pivoter podcast. We're going to have a very energetic, fun / griefy conversation with Nicole Zettlemoyer today. Welcome to the pod.
Hi, thank you. Hi.
Okay, so we were just talking about this prior to getting this rolling, and I think it's worth talking about right now. You are just coming off of a PCS.
Oh, Lord. Yes. Yeah. We've been in Cali for like 6 weeks now. Yeah. It's crazy.
So at what point did you decide to go ahead and reopen business for Wreaths?
Well, fortunately and unfortunately, right before I moved, I was going to shut down shop at the end of March. And then all of a sudden I got like super viral. A few of my TikToks got a super viral. And so then I had to stop taking orders by like March 11th because I got like 40 orders in one weekend and it was nutso. Yeah. I was like, whoa. And so I was like, okay, we got to make a wait list again, which like is not foreign to me because when I first started the business, I had to have a wait list. But just the timing of it was like really bad because I'm like, hey, sorry, you need to put your name on this wait list because I'm moving. And so I literally have like 600 people on the wait list, which we can go in a whole deep dive conversation about how military spouses kind of get like shafted through PCSing because I definitely lost a bunch of customers via can't strike when the iron's hot. Like I can show you my list of people who've actually placed their orders versus people who haven't, already. But let me see. We moved into the house. We were in TLF for like 9 days, which was totally not bad at all. And we moved into the house on April 15th. And then I think by that next week, I was already up and running. Yeah, I think it was like about 9 days or so. And then I started taking on orders again.
Yeah, I feel like that was something I noticed when you were mentioned that you were PCSing is that was one of the first areas in the house I feel like you had situated. You're like, oh, ta-da, my office is ready to go. So I was like, good for you. Good on you. Because I was just sharing with you earlier that we still have like all of this office furniture, a monitor that's like not even set up. And we've been here since January. And so I don't know. We all just operate on different wavelengths, but I'm so impressed by the fact that you are just rolling and you're hitting the ground running, which is amazing.
Yeah, I just couldn't like my husband, like he's like, hey, hearing anxiety is working for us right now in a good way. Like, because like I just couldn't look around and just see boxes. I was like, I have to unpack the boxes. So, it was a lot of like, I see this work, I just have to get it done. And thankfully we already found the daycare for the kids by the time we got here. So we still did the part like, Monday, Wednesday, Friday thing. But yeah, having that in place really just allowed me to like hunker down and take like an entire day to just in this room and then another, kind of thing. So I just made it my priority.
I feel like we did jump ahead a step or two. For anyone that is unfamiliar with you, which I can't imagine they are, you are all over the internet. Describe to us a little bit about the business that you're in and also the fact that it truly is a pivot, but also a natural pivot from what you were doing prior. So give us the scoop on that.
Yeah, I make wreaths out of military uniforms. It all started while I was active duty in the Air Force and they were switching over from ABUs to OCPs. And I just wanted to make a wreath for myself for funsies. This was in July of 2020. And I posted it on Facebook. It looked terrible. I'm in like a messy bun and sweatpants, just like, look at this wreath that I made. And some people were like, you should like sell those. It's like, okay, it was COVID, we don't really have too much more to do. So I was doing the onesies, twosies on the side. no website, no tax information, just like a Facebook page and taking local orders and stuff. And then in December of 2020, I got super viral after being featured on our local news station in Ken's 5 in San Antonio. And then Fox News reached out, and CBS and People and Late Night with David Muir. And it just kind of exploded. And I had a wait list of like 2,000 people overnight. And I had to learn how to make a business practically overnight. So yeah, that's kind of how it all started. And now in the past 5 years, I've made almost 4,000 wreaths and shipped to all ends of the country. But yeah, I'm a veteran of the Marine Corps for 4 years. And then I joined the Air Force for 4 years. And that's where I met my husband. And so, yeah, I obviously am infatuated with the military and love it. And I'm so happy that, my husband's active duty, so I'm still in it, as you can, I just moved. And I'm still active doing the wreaths, and I'm going to be the key support liaison for this squadron. And I was his key support liaison for the 321st training wing for a while. So yeah, I'm just still trying to stay like as involved in the military as I can, because it provided me such an amazing opportunity in life for 8 years, and, providing me my family, provided me my current business. It's given me a lot. So I have a great appreciation for it.
And when you were in the military, what were you doing?
I was in the band.
Very cool. Yeah. I feel like as much as this is completely different, it's also a creative outlet. And it's like you're using that creative part of your brain, much like music. And I also kind of associate your wreaths with like pomp and circumstance, and like it's honor. And so I feel like somehow like music is like woven in there when I visualize it. I don't know. So it's interesting how it's like different, but the same.
Oh, no. Yeah. 100%. I mean, a lot of what the military bands do is a lot of ceremonies, retirement ceremonies or promotion ceremonies or change of commands or this, that, and the other thing. We do the public affairs side of it too. So yeah, no, it definitely is. The missions are quite similar, if you put it like that. Yeah.
There's so much drive. And like, I feel women need to take notes in the sense that although we're accumulating all of this experience for whatever our past career path was, there is so much to bring forward. So is there anything from your military experience that you feel like now you're utilizing in your business?
Oh, everything. Well, first, I guess just the fact that I am a veteran, like, makes people feel a lot more comfortable with sending their uniforms if they're going to use their own, or just like, buying, like, my wreaths aren't like, I think they're, pretty expensive, all things considering, and so, just trusting me with their uniforms, trusting me with their money that they choose to spend wherever they want. I think like the fact that it's not like, quote, made in China kind of thing, that kind of thing really helps. And it brings like authenticity to it. Just my knowledge of uniforms and like military service, especially from being in 2 branches. And my husband is also part of service Army, and the Marines always hang out with the Navy. So like, I feel like I kind of have like an overall rounded picture of all the armed services, which is good. And then just like my overall like discipline about it, and like an attention to detail, obviously, like, especially the Marine Corps, God forbid you have one little fabric, thread sticking out of your uniform and it's the end of the world. So like, I kind of take that mindset and attitude to my wreaths, and I'm like, there can't be frays. Everything has to be perfect. Everything has to be beautiful. So yeah, I think all that stuff helps.
Yeah, I feel like there are times where we beat ourselves down and we're thinking, oh my gosh, this skill set is so niche, but there is room for it to kind of bleed into whatever it is that you are pivoting into. And I think this is a perfect example of that. And I feel like another pivot that's worth talking about, because you and I both share this in common, is the fact that we unfortunately are in the Dead Mom Club. And it has been such a journey. And for me, that experience has given me the courage and the bravery to put myself out there, because I'm like, life is too short. Like, if this is a dream that I have and this is something that I want to pursue, I'm going to pursue it with my whole chest. And so I'm curious if that has any effect on you. And some people would think that's obviously a negative thing to live through, but there are positive things that can come from that experience. I don't know if you could speak to that at all, but
Oh, yeah, 100%. So, yeah, my mom passed away. It'll be 5 years on the 4th of July, which is crazy. That's been that long. And before she passed, one of the things that she said was that your brother, and I have an older brother, just me and my brother. He goes, your brother and you is the greatest accomplishment I've ever had in my life. And it's crazy because my mom was an extremely accomplished human being. Like, God, hundreds of people came to her funeral, and nobody, like, the outpour and popularity and just positivity that this woman had. So, and she was a teacher for so many years, won all these different awards, taught thousands of kids, So, that really put things into perspective, because right around that time is when my husband and I were talking about whether or not I was going to stay in the Air Force, because we wanted to, start a family. We had just gotten married months earlier before my mom passed. And so, everything was still super new. I really wanted to stay in the Air Force. I wanted to be a chief or bust. Let's go, baby, and having that experience really like humbled me in the sense that I'm like, and for people that do mill to mill, I'm not bashing on it. I can't I'm trying to not come from a place of hatred for anyone or anything like that, because that was an awkward point of contention at some points while talking to some people. But I just didn't want other people raising my kids. And the band goes TDY all the time. Like, my husband's gone right now for a week. And so it's like, what would happen? Where would the kids go for a week, And so I decided that, I was like, I'm going to get out. I could still stay involved, but I'm going to be a mother to my kids, because you only get one shot to do it. And so, and I think I have a good balance with them going to daycare a little bit so I can pursue these side passions, which I started the wreath with my mom too. Like, I came home on leave and I did it with my mom. So just the fact that, like, I'm leaving this job to honor my mom in her footsteps, to like raise children and realize that that's like the most important thing in life. And then to like continue this business that she helped me start. It's totally full circle. 100%.
Yeah. And it's full circle literally, because you are creating that isn't a circle. But I think that also gives you so much empathy and compassion and understanding of what it is that you're creating, because whether that wreath is for somebody that's no longer with us, it's for someone who has fallen, or it's just, a culminating representation of their years of service, it is a legacy that they're going to have hanging in their house and around that family for generations. And so I feel like that weight that is there, you understand it to the fullest capacity possible. And, it is something that you started with your mom. And so it just gives you that extra push and joy and remembrance that no matter what you do moving forward, that she's with you and she's cheering you on. So I feel like that is just so powerful. And for anyone who, I don't know, feels like they're in a rut, or they are going through a challenging time, or they don't know what's next, I'm really hoping that they're listening to this right now and they're taking notes, because you're such a good example of what could happen when you're just open to what possibilities are. And you're also open to, I don't know, the little intuitive hits from the universe that remind you of what is so important. And I think that you were able to pull advice from different facets of your life and build something that's truly purpose driven, and it's sustaining your life, which is incredible. So
yeah, it's crazy. Like, I always say, like, I don't have to do the wreaths. Like, I want to do the wreaths, like, I joke, like, the wreaths are like my fun money, my kids' money. Like, I can spoil my kids with our wreath money. And so I'm happy that I'm able to do that. And kind of set it at my own pace too, because I don't ever want to get burnt out with it. So yeah.
So how many PCFs have you done since starting this?
This is my first one. Yeah.
So any notes you like took down for yourself moving forward? Like, okay, this is like, I did this wrong, or like, this is actually the right way to do it. I'm going to continue doing that moving forward.
Yeah, I think I definitely overshot on how late I should have taken orders, which obviously I had to like I had to send out like 3 separate emails, like, okay, like to my fan base, I was like, hey, last day to take orders is going to be March 20th. And then like, after I got all these orders, I was like, okay, just kidding. Last day is going to be March 15th. And then like, I got more orders and I was like, okay, I'm kidding. I'm shutting down. Stop. So, but then again, like I said, since I've gotten viral in 2020, like I hadn't had like a surge like that, like I have like 600 people on my wait list right now. And so, yeah, it's like, I haven't had that in a while. So I guess just keeping your mind open to any Facebook or TikTok posts can go viral at any second. And so yeah, definitely shutting down early was a big one. But yeah, no, I'm happy. I had a whole like to-do list of things that I knew I needed to do once I got here. Like I knew I needed a PO box because I didn't want people sending all this stuff to my house. And I knew I had to kind of set up my office space kind of lickety split, and I made it look very similar to my one at home, which made that transition easy. Hunted down the post office and the UPS, which are both right on base, so it's super convenient. And I did all my like business stuff, like the legalities beforehand. I tried to figure that all out. So like while I was done taking orders and was finished actually assembling wreaths, with the work time that I did have, like I went to my Texas tax office because we kept our residency in Texas. But there's still some things that I had to do to go to California. Like I had to collect California state tax and stuff like that and report that. So yeah, figuring all that stuff out. I wanted to make sure all the stuff that I could do beforehand was done before I got here.
Absolutely. Yeah. Well, I'm glad to see that you're thriving and you're getting it all done. Oh, interruption number. Hi. All right.
Hi,
Patootie. I'm almost done, okay? And then I'll get you some lunch, okay? Mama. Yes.
Oh yeah, it's already 12 o'clock. I'm like, well, lunch. It's 9 o'clock.
we're gonna finish this podcast and then I'm gonna make you lunch, okay? Okay, I'm taking forever. So
you're taking forever. Oh my gosh.
Well, you know what? I think that's a good spot to just put a pin in it.
Totally okay.
But I am so glad that you were able to share some of your pivots with us today. And I guess, do you have any, I don't know, thoughts or pieces of advice for any military spouses who are looking to pursue something bigger than themselves?
Yeah, I would say just like, don't be afraid to put yourself out there and try and meet new people. I think that was like the biggest success. Like, I found all these different military spouse owned business groups, and I just like went to like a Travis Air Force Base, like play dates like thing. I'm a part of their Facebook page. Like you can't be successful and you can't put yourself out there if you're just going to stay in your house all day. So you really I think that's the biggest thing is like, you need to join the groups. You need to like whatever niche thing you have going on, like join that group, join the resources. There's a lot of resources for military spouses. So
I got to get her.
Girl needs some lunch. I get it. I have a 3.5-year-old son who is starving every minute of the day. God forbid.
I feel like too, another thing, and this is something that we've talked about too, you can't let these situations stop you either. Like we have kids and it is what it is. And they are incorporated in our business plan to some extent. And sometimes you just got to roll with it. So this is literally the second episode where my kids have barged in and interrupted me after I bribed them with gummy bears to just stay up in their playroom. But you know what? It is what it is. So
it is. Believe me, I get that. Like if they come in this office, there are squares all over the floor all the time. So
well, I love that advice. I think that's really good outlook. And you just have that personality. You attract people. You really are a magnet. And so I'm just so glad that you are part of this entire community. And I'm just honored to know you. It's fun to like message sometimes for people that want insider information. We send each other American flag sweaters because It's hilarious.
This is the closest I got right now. I don't know if you saw this. Well, yeah, I wore this just for you today. So
I love that one. Where'd you get that one? I like it. Oh my gosh, too funny.
Yeah,
well,
fine.
So good to catch up. And again, thank you for sharing your pivots with us. And also thank you for rescheduling, because our initial conversation was supposed to happen and I was literally at Kids Empire and I was like, or Hyper Kids, whatever it's called. And I was like, that's not going to work here.
Too easy. I had plenty of work to do. So yeah.
Oh my gosh, awesome. All right. Well, thank you so much for being here, and everyone will check you later.
Thank you.